The information provided on this show does not, and is not intended to, constitute legal advice. Instead, all information on this show is for general informational purposes only. The information provided is not a substitute for legal advice, and we recommend viewers consult an attorney for specific legal matters.
Good morning and welcome to Condo Craze and HOAs here on our YouTube channel, and happy Father's Day to Eric and you guys and to Robert. I hope you're having a wonderful time today with your families, and we're really glad you're with us because otherwise, you know, you could be like doing some fun stuff with your family.
After.
Yeah, after. Right.
Thank you for the happy Father's Day.
No, thank you. And just a little note, I forgot my glasses today for the first time in 15 years. So Robert had to print up Braille just big letter copies so I can read. My God, I can't believe it.
Have patience, everybody.
It's going to be a long show. Okay, so we're here and we're back. And we love our sponsors, and our diamond sponsor, of course, is Best Roofing. Eric could not do without them. And we're here because we want to answer all your calls and questions in the chat box about things that make life in your condo or HOA absolutely crazy from one minute to the next. He's board certified in Community Association Law. His name is Eric Glazer. He runs Glazer and Sachs Law Firm here in Hollywood. He has another one in Orlando. And he teaches courses all over the state about what you need to know, especially about condo and HOA. You invented the
big
course.
year for HOA too last year, so there's a lot to know.
Right. So we'd like to get the phone lines going early. If you want to give us a call, ask a question, get in line, 717-GLAZER with a Z8. That's 717-452-9378. And take it away.
Hey, and if you're a fan of the show, don't forget to subscribe to two things. Of course, this channel, the Condo Craze and HOAs channel on YouTube. You don't have to watch the show live. You can watch it at your convenience. And, of course, subscribe to our email list. You can join that at condocrazeandhoas.com. By joining our email list, you can get announcements about the show, announcement about changes in the law, and a whole host of other things. And, of course, we're on the social networks as well, Karen, right?
We're on Insta. I learned that one.
Insta, that's what it's called now?
We're on Insta and X, the X. And we're not on... what are we not on, We're
Robert?
not... Oh, we're on TikTok. Okay. But we're on LinkedIn, and we're also on... YouTube, obviously.
Spotify, right, exactly. Hey, and we do a blog every Monday morning at condocrazeandhoas.com. And first thing I want to do is to wish all of the dads out there a happy and healthy Father's Day. To my dad as well, who will be turning 100 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, so we've been talking a lot about that one big, beautiful condo and co-op bill, and that's HB 913. We were talking about it before we went on the air. No, that has not become law yet.
It hasn't even been submitted to his desk.
It hasn't been submitted to the governor's desk
I thought it was
yet.
on his desk.
Yeah, and I don't know the answer to this, but I don't know if there's a time limit for the bill to actually get presented to the governor. I don't know. But if there is, you'd think it'd be coming up. I got to find out.
I thought he indicated he would sign it.
He did, but for some reason it hasn't been delivered yet.
Maybe they're listening to your show.
Yeah, who knows? You'd like to think, right? Maybe we shouldn't be allowing people to borrow on reserves, and hopefully that message is going through. I have no idea, but let's get back to what 913 is talking about, and there's so many topics. And here's a new provision regarding the association's website. Also, this is something we fought for so many years, right? To have a website. Association should have a website. Really quick, just some background here. Why do associations even have a website now? I was pushing for it about a dozen years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. Don't remember exactly when.
When the internet was invented.
Yeah, and I wanted condominiums to be forced to have a website. So a bill was filed by the then Speaker of the House,
where they would post things that you
would post things on the internet, but it only applied to condos with 500 or more units. Right. I was like, who the hell is this going to help? Nobody.
Right.
So I flew up there and met with the Speaker of the House. I said, how about we go down to 50 units?
Yeah.
And the compromise was 150. Oh. So here I was thinking, thank God, at
least
I got 150. And now the law is going into effect in January, 25 units.
Good, good.
So basically, you know, the idea was a good one, right? Websites for everybody starting in January, basically every condo in the state.
And now they have to post the records and the.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's talk about that. So here's what the statute now says. Unless a shorter period is otherwise required, a document must be made available on the association's website or made available for download through an application on a mobile device within 30 days after the association receives or creates it. So the association comes into possession of a record, they got 30 days now to
get
put
it up
on their website. So think about it. There's going to be a need to hire people to basically work full-time around the clock.
Oh, yeah.
To start putting things up on websites and to respond to owners' records requests.
But you don't want your management company to be running the website where they have all the power, because if you fire them, they take your website with them.
Well, they could, unless you better make sure that that contract prevents them from doing that.
Right.
But,
so the recorded declaration of condominium of each condominium operated by the association, each amendment to each declaration.
That's got to go up there.
Got to be there.
The bylaws got to go up there. The articles got to go up there and all the amendments. The rules of the association. A list of all executory contracts to which the association is a party or to which the owners have an obligation.
Okay.
And after bidding for the related materials, equipment, or services has closed, a list of all the bids. What else we get?
Very nice. That's over $500. So that's interesting because a lot of people, they're signing contracts and you don't even know what's going on.
Exactly, right.
Right. So the rules of the association.
The rules of the association. The budget has to be up there. There's a lot of stuff that goes up there. Financial report.
The certification of each director.
Right, that's what we give
That's where they, you give a certificate. They also have signed an affidavit. They have to do both, right? That
if
they
you're
read
in a condo,
the documents.
Yes, Karen, that's exactly right. So in a condo, you have to take that class, but you still also have to sign the affidavit. So you have to do both.
Or you're off the board.
Or you're off the board within 90 days.
When we say the certification, that's for his class that's over 4 hours and it's now mandated by law.
Absolutely.
That you have to take it. It's free though.
It's free, correct.
Yeah.
What else has to be up there? All contracts or transactions between the association and any director, officer, corporation, firm, or association that is not an affiliated condo association, or any other entity in which the director is also a director or officer and financially interested. So all financially interested contracts have to be up on that website.
Okay. And anything regarding a conflict of interest.
Right.
Basically.
Possible conflict of interest. How about all the notices of any unit owner meetings, the agendas, no later than 14 days before the meeting. The notice has to be in plain view on the front page of the website or on a separate subpage on the website labeled notices. The bottom line is we got to make this easy for people to find.
And, a lot of people...
This is for owner meetings, by the way.
I got a thing from my association that said, I had to consent to being all paperless and that, that I agree to everything that they're putting online.
So every time it's funny we raise an issue, it begets another issue, right? So emails, for example. The only way that a association gets to give out the email addresses of everybody is if they do what they asked you to do. In other words, you have to tell your association, I consent to receive notice by email.
I see.
Once you do that, your email address becomes public record for everybody that lives there.
Okay.
So the question is, do you want to do that?
Well, I guess I did it. I didn't have my glasses on, so I don't know what I did.
What about board meetings? Notices of any board meetings?
Yeah.
The agenda. Any other document required for the meeting as required by 718-1122C.
Now mine, they always put a big sign out at all the entrances and they're like everywhere.
Oh, great. Now, not good enough.
Okay.
Got to be on the website as well.
So you basically have to hire a web person,
It sounds like that. People are freaking out. And mind you, not only that, let's remind everybody what else the new laws require. The new laws now also require, let's say you make a request for a record. And remember, you're supposed to hold records for 7 years, right? Suppose that record doesn't exist. You don't have it, but you were supposed to have it. Now you have to make a good faith effort to find that record, right? So it's not enough to say we don't have it anymore. You got to now make an attempt to get it. What else do you have to do? Someone makes a request for records. You have to give them a checklist of what you gave them and what you didn't give them. start thinking about all that goes into now responding to records requests and putting these things up on a website.
Didn't we have a lady that called us and said she threw away all the documents once they were?
Yes.
She did it?
Yes, she did. And now, let's say she threw out, for example, old insurance policies. Well, but someone else wants copies of those insurance policies. Well, now the manager, let's say, has to make a good faith effort to contact the insurance company and get copies of those policies now. It's an endless job now to get, to provide access to records.
But they get paid so much money to do it.
The management companies?
No.
Oh, the board of directors? Yeah, right, of course. All right, what else has to go up there? Of course, all the reports that we're required to give out.
The structural integrity reserve, if applicable.
Right.
That would be, size in Miami-Dade, but, height in the rest of the state.
Right.
Copies of building permits issued for ongoing or planned construction.
Right. Just you know what? When in doubt, it goes up there. That's the bottom line.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. So this
Like
answers
what
the
wouldn't
question.
go up there?
Not much.
Yeah.
Not much. Well, copies of the ledgers for everybody, I guess, wouldn't go up there.
Right. Any deadbeat list. Don't want to put a deadbeat list.
But there's not much that wouldn't go up there at this point, to tell you the truth. And I'm in favor. The more, the better.
Yeah.
Because it prevents fights between the association and the manager, and it prevents possible arbitration cases. And you remember, you screw up and you don't give access to these records.
Ooh.
We're talking about an arbitration case being filed against you. We're talking about $50 a day penalty up to 10 days. We're talking about you paying the other side's attorney's fees. So this could be thousands every time you screw up when it comes to this. So,
but when they tell you that you go in and you say, I want this, this, and this, and they say it's on the website, and you don't have
you can do that. That's okay. If
you don't
it's on
have
the
a
website,
computer,
you can point them to the website.
But you have a phone, you can
Right.
now get it on your phone.
If you provide the access by phone, that's good too.
Yeah.
A web app is fine on your phone. All right, so this answers the question about how long an association has to actually post any of the records on the website once it comes into possession of this. And remember, it's 30 days. And let's just remind everybody what else. In addition to the records we already spoke about, the association has to also, in addition, post the following records on its website. The approved minutes of all board meetings for the past 12 months.
Ooh,
Yep.
the video recording or a hyperlink of that video recording of all the meetings, the association, the board of administration, any committee, and the unit owners, which were conducted by video conference for the preceding 12
Yep,
months,
so
and a
all
copy of
videos
all affidavits.
Yep, a lot. So there's a lot that has to go up there.
By the way, the minutes, you can just have AI, they'll just transcribe your Zoom.
Yeah, and if you approve them, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But
So remember to save copies of the Zoom
yeah, no
or
two ways
team
about it.
meetings, because I think, what's the one that went away?
Not sure.
What's that called? Skype went
Skype.
away.
Oh, there
Yeah.
is no more Skype?
Nope.
I think
I-
Skype turned into Teams.
Yeah.
I used to use something also, Rob. You may know, Go-To Meetings, I think it was called.
That's Teams.
Oh, that's now Teams?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I haven't
Right.
used that in a long time.
And
But-
the board participation in post them on the association's website.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's an obvious move towards making sure the owners not only get more of a chance to participate in association affairs, but have the right to actually inspect the records. Just be careful. Like I said, otherwise this can result in massive liability for your association. Let's see what you guys think. Are you in favor of this dramatic move towards not only giving everybody access, but posting everything online and coming up with all these penalties and checklists and putting things on the websites? Is it a lot of work, or is it necessary? Let us know what you think. Also, if you want to call in and wish your dad or someone special in your life a very happy Father's Day, please do so. Give us a call in the studio, 717-452-9378, 717-452-9378, or drop us a question or comment in the chat box on YouTube. We'll be back right after this.
There are very large management companies and there are very small management companies. And I think Affinity sits somewhere in the middle of that, where they are big enough to provide you with all of the back of the house services, the accounting, the infrastructure, the support systems, but small enough to be high touch.
We believe at Affinity that we do the 9 to 5 so that you don't have to do that.
Welcome back to Condo Craze and HOAs here on our YouTube channel. And of course, happy Father's Day. If you want to give us a call, people are already on there, but you can probably get a line, 717-452-9378. That's 717-GLAZER8.
Hey, Rob, when we went to the break, you were telling me about a system you just set up for a condo that I actually represent that now provides their owners access to records.
Yeah, I set up, they're a small community, 2 stories. So I don't think they're required to do everything. I'm not sure.
Right.
But they just needed a simple solution for storing all the records, scheduling meetings, notifying everyone of the meetings, having a calendar, just the basic email stuff. And I put together a solution that was really affordable for them. So if there's any communities out there that need something simple, that you don't need to build a whole website, you're free to contact me, Robert, at condocrazyandhoas.com.
Right,
Condo websites for dummies.
Yes.
All right, how about we go to the first call of the day?
Let's do it. All right, our first caller is Don from Vero Beach.
That's my
Hey, Don.
dad's name.
Happy Father's Day. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure thing, Don.
I was out of state. For recent HOA board meeting, and they approved an estate sale from a homeowner. She didn't list it on Marketplace or Craigslist, but put signs at the entrance, signs on a common area sign in front of the house, which produced a mess with the traffic that was coming in and out. The covenants prohibit parking on the streets and signs very clearly. Also in the covenants, it states that under land use, that under business activities are allowed as long as there's no activities. The activities don't generate non-social visitors or excessive traffic, which it did. I sent an email, which is protocol, to the property manager. Usually she responds back and says, I forwarded your email onto the board. She didn't do that. So I emailed the board directly, never heard back from them either. So 2 questions. First of all, would you say that the board grossly did not inform the covenants, did not abide by the covenants in everything they did? Second question is there anything I can do to facilitate to get the board by law to respond to my emails?
In an HOA, the answer is no. In a condo, you can ask for what's called a unit owner inquiry, and then technically under that statute, they have to respond to you. It's not the same in an HOA. And I think for those that might not have understood, the documents generally prohibit estate sales. Right?
Yeah, so is it a 3-day estate sale or just 1 day?
Well, what they did was they allowed her to do it over a weekend, and then she started up. They allowed for a second weekend. Then they called it, I don't know exact details. But the problem is the covenants don't state anything in regards to garage sale, estate sale. It doesn't state anything. But what it does state is that business activities, not business, but a business activity. Cannot generate non-social visitors or excessive traffic, which is exactly what this did.
I agree with you 100%.
And so did she give out the gate key code? Because sometimes they do that. How did they get through the gate, these people?
Well, there's another problem is that even though we're in a gated community, electronic, it's on timers, and they only have it from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. They still haven't gotten functioning 20. So anybody can come in and they put the signs out, and here we have all these people that we don't want coming in. We don't know who they are.
Right.
In one case, I didn't see this, but one of the other owners said somebody basically got out and started screaming and yelling and sped away in our property. I mean, it just created a real mess. And I have no idea.
How many homes are in your community?
It's been a problem to the HOA from day one and violating covenants, and yet they go ahead and grant this.
Don, how many homes are in your community?
Approximately 72 units between the single families and the villas.
Okay, so under Florida Statute 720, if you can get 20% of the people in your community, which is 15, send a petition to the board of directors to put this on the agenda for a meeting, they have to put it on the agenda for a meeting. And you'll certainly have the right to discuss it at that meeting when it's put on the agenda.
But it also is a nuisance.
Yeah,
Right.
I absolutely agree.
So you can
I don't
say,
want
hey,
it
wait a
next door
minute.
to me. I know that. No two ways about it. But I would try to get 15 people, you know, as upset as you are, let them sign a petition, give that petition to the board, demand that it be put on the agenda, and when it's put on the agenda, demand to know what they're going to do about it. That's the best advice that I can give you at this time, Don.
Because if other owners find out that, oh man, they had an estate sale, was no problem, you know, everyone's going to have an estate sale.
Absolutely, yeah, right.
Garage sale.
Garage sales, exactly.
And let me know about it because I love going to
Yeah.
estate sales.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you.
Who else we got, Rob?
Thank you so much.
You got it.
Happy Father's Day.
You too.
Over to Steve in Broward County.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, I have a question for you. Hold on, let me get it up here. Our condo is located in Broward County, and we have a 3-year rental restriction. At the last meeting, we talked about doing it for knocking it down to 1 year. My question is, can we just change our rules we live by, or do we have to do a vote to do the 1 year?
You have to do a vote. Rental restrictions of that nature, the only way it gets changed is by amending your declaration of condominium. Doing it by a board rule ain't going to work.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And the
so-
people that don't vote for it don't have to take
That's very
part
good,
in it.
Karen. Yes, excellent. Restrictions of that nature, like if it were, let's say it originally went from 1 to 3 years, or from 0 to 3 years.
And is
right?
that per renter, or you can have another renter for 3 years?
Absolutely. That rule would that change in the declaration would not apply to you if you didn't vote in favor of it. That's exactly right. But that change, yes, absolutely 100% could only be done with a vote of the community. Amending your documents, typically it's 2/3 or 3/4. I don't know what your documents say. Okay?
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Rob, who else?
Over to Lynn in Pensacola.
How are you, Lynn?
Hi, happy Father's Day.
Thank you so much.
Well, what it is that we have about 20 people in an HOA here, and there's a few of us down on one end that there are certain HOA areas that aren't getting maintained, and we have emailed the board letting them know, and they are subjectively, deciding whether or not if they want to maintain it or not. And we've shown them the plat, we've shown him the surveys, and they just ignore our request. Well, it's just me in my house, and I know that my word isn't holding any weight. I don't have a husband to say anything, to the board, which I know that, hey, that just makes more ground than me. But if I were to get an attorney and get them to state, because I know they have to maintain what is HOA property.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that going to work? And will they have to pay? They will have to pay the attorney
Well,
fee.
you probably,
right?
You may have to go to pre-suit mediation first, okay? Because these are covenant disputes, perhaps. They're not maintaining the property. So you may have to go to pre-suit mediation first. And there's a form that you have to use. And you have to originally split these costs with the association. So you're going to pay half the cost for the mediator. They're going to pay half the cost for the mediator. And if you want an attorney, you're going to have to pay your own attorney. So these little things can balloon into big things. So it might even be cheaper, quite frankly, to get an attorney to write that one letter for you. And
A male attorney.
Yeah. For some reason, and I hate to hear from you that they might not be afraid of you because you don't have a guy at home. And so I think that's horrific. And it's funny, Pensacola, and I've been up there. I've taught in Pensacola. I certainly wouldn't get that feeling that those types of things happens up there. You are such a close knit community in Pensacola.
Plus, she's calling us at 10 in the morning. It's like in a different time zone up there.
They have that, generally all of them are tied to by a military background as well. My guess is, just out of curiosity, Any ties to any military background for you up there?
No.
No. Okay, because it's
No, and really none in here. None in here.
Oh.
I don't understand the mentality of some people. Like one homeowner got really belligerent because another homeowner submitted plans to extend, like put a balcony, whatnot, and it went within the architectural guidelines,
right.
and it did not extend the footprint or any of that. It met what it was required.
Right.
Well, one homeowner got mad because the board said it met within. They thought it was all subjective. That's just it. These people think that this board can make subjective decisions and not against
Right.
or according to the
governing
law,
documents.
our
Well,
law.
Do HOAs have
So-
common elements?
well, yeah, areas that the association own.
Well, then
Yes.
isn't that what she's talking
Yes,
about?
that's absolutely. It sounds like what she's talking about. But, you know, give us a call during the week. Take down the number 954-983-1112. 954-983-1112. Let me look up that HOA, see what's going on, see who their registered agent is, see who potentially their attorney is, and maybe we can at least point you in the right direction.
You're paying your HOA fees and they're not, doing anything with it.
Yes.
It's happening.
It's at the end. You said that number, I'm sorry
Yeah,
again.
954-983-1112. Okay?
1182.
No,
Thank you so much.
1112.
Do it again.
954-983-1112. Okay?
It's also up on the screen.
1112.
1112. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from you, and hopefully we can help you out. Let's do this. Let's take our bottom of the hour break. Keep the calls coming in. 717-452-9378. Back right after this.
All over the world, people have plumbing problems. These problems can be expensive and destructive to fix. Have you ever wondered if there was a way to take care of your plumbing problems without destruction and an outrageous price tag? Welcome to Pipelining Technologies, Inc., where we specialize in fixing your problems without demolition and minimum cutting by means of pipelining. Pipelining is the ability to take a pipe damaged by root intrusion or long-term deterioration and make it new. By means of inserting an epoxy-saturated liner into the pipe and allowing it to harden or cure, leaving behind a brand new pipe.
That sounds great. How can I get pipelining in my home, commercial building, or condominium?
Simply fill out our online contact form and a pipelining representative will get in touch with you in a timely fashion, or call us directly at 561-853-5463.
So welcome back to the second half of Condo Craze and HOAs here on our YouTube channel. Karen Curtis with attorney Eric Glazer. He is board certified in community association law, so anything going on in your condo or HOA, he can answer any question you might have. Give us a call, 717-452-9378. That's 717-GLAZER-8. And you can also ask a question in the chat box. And I see that I can buy some readers for $5 at Home Depot. Thank you.
Hey, we got a budget here, spreadsheet guru. Come on, $5. What do you think? We
I
just
forgot my glasses
throw
today.
money around like crazy?
So Robert printed up the script for me.
Yeah.
So I can see.
Stay focused. Who else we got?
Let's go to Joe in Jensen Beach.
How are you, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Eric and Karen.
Good morning. How
Enjoying
can we
your
help?
show. Happy Father's Day to you and
Thank
to my son Michael and my son-in-law Gary.
There you go.
Very nice.
Someone calls in finally wishing
Thank
their
you.
family Happy Father's Day.
That's
the way to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Listen, my question is, are the grants going to be renewed for this year? And if so, how do we apply and what's covered?
Okay, so yes, there are grants that are going to be renewed for this year. The Florida legislature is even spending more money. We're talking about the grants to fix your building, right? Based
Right.
upon, right.
They went fast.
My Florida Home Program.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. I think what we'll do next week is we'll do a whole show just on that, right? Or we'll talk about it in the morning because, and on Sunday morning of next week, because I don't want to just shoot from the hip here. I want to talk
Okay.
about it right. And yeah, a couple of people have asked about that. And yes, the
grants.
government did just throw some more money at this for
Which associations can take advantage of.
Right. Remember, if you remember, you have to get your association looked at by an expert who can tell you what things you need to do
They're what, like
to make the building
$100,000?
safe. Right. And if you agree to do those things that make your building safe, the government will match you. Like you put in $1, they'll put in $2. Remember?
Okay, good.
And then you can get grants from the government to do that. So hang in. I'm going to find out more. I want to be more exact about it, and then we'll talk about it next Sunday.
By the way,
Fair
some
enough?
of you are asking.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Well, some of you are asking about when we started the show with the websites and what you need to have on them.
Yes.
And your blog tomorrow is going to have
Yes,
all
we'll
of that.
talk all about that. So if you didn't catch it all today, tomorrow, absolutely. Go to condocrazyandhoas.com, click on the blog, and you'll see it there. But next week, we will talk about, I promise, I will give you an update, and it's a great question. Okay?
Excellent.
You
Thank
got
you
Happy
both
Father's
very
Day to you and your family. Who else we got,
Thank
Ron?
you, sir.
Let's go to Stacy in Miami Beach.
Hi, Stacy.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call and happy Father's Day.
Thank you so much.
So our condo association passed an amendment to the governing documents that to include a mandatory arbitration clause, and this strips away my constitutional right to sue in court. They made it so that you had to jump through hoops, and then it has to be an emergency, and you have to have an engineer with 10 years experience, and you have to have a contractor with 10 years experience. It's crazy. So my question is, does this type of amendment violate the Florida condominium law by requiring me to waive my right to the judicial process? And if I do win, let's say, in arbitration, it forces me to pay my own legal fees if I prevail. So can that be challenged, that amendment it sounds like it's unconstitutional to me.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you can actually change the jurisdiction of what's guaranteed to you by the statute.
Yeah, and if you
follow what I'm saying.
Did you sign it?
It's more stringent than the statute. We
Right.
do have the Kaufman language. So we already have, that already includes, going through arbitration and mediation.
Yes.
But to then take a step forward to make it even more stringent, I wondered if that's even, if that can be challenged. And also, I didn't vote for it, obviously, right?
Right. Yes, I
Why
think
would
it could be challenged.
I mean, you can't sell your unit. Who would buy a unit with that kind of,
Right.
Language in it, where you can't, if there's something wrong, you can't get the association to fix it, and you can't sue them.
Yeah,
possible.
I agree with you. You see, there's a lot that's said there, but I think that the jurisdiction of condominium disputes are determined by statute,
Right.
and not necessarily by what your governing documents say. Especially when you have the Kaufman language, like what we just said you have. Then your documents don't give you the right to appeal a decision to a court of law.
Not really. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And I will probably call you and have you read it so that if that's the case, because they have filed it.
But don't you have to pay your attorney's fees on
to
arbitration?
the point that you almost have no way to appeal it unless you hire an engineer and that has 10 years experience and a contractor, and you pay for all this. And even if you win, you're not awarded your attorney's fees.
Yeah, so you're getting less rights. Yeah, you're getting less
Right.
rights than what the statute guarantees you. So there's certainly an argument that would be illegal under Florida law. You're guaranteed certain minimal rights under the 718, and if it removes that from you, I think you can challenge
And
it.
due process, and there's no Kangs, damn it.
No, right, exactly. So,
And I know I'm only allowed to ask one question, but this is very quick. Is the association required to send an invoice or notice that a special assessment has been passed, and what the due date and the amount owed is? And
That'd be
if you
nice.
haven't given them approval to send correspondence by email, must they mail it?
okay, so you said a lot there. What everything that you just asked me, are they required to do? They're required to do that before the special assessment
Yeah, you
is
should
passed.
vote on that, right?
Yes, exactly. Before the special assessment is passed, it's got to say we're voting on a special assessment. Here's how much it's for. Here's when the first payment will be due. So that's got to be done before the special assessment takes place. There's nothing in the statute that says once it's actually passed, what they got to notify you to do going forward.
But do they have to mail it to her if she hasn't agreed to have the email?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. They absolutely do have to mail it to you, post it as well, 14 days in advance.
But it'd be at the website as well, yes?
And on the website.
They don't have a website. But and the other thing is if they do a special assessment and it violates our governing documents pertaining to the due date, then it could be challenged that it wasn't
Absolutely.
Whatever.
Of course. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, it sounds like they're kind of willy-nilly.
I will definitely be calling you.
I look forward to it. Thanks for the happy Father's Day.
Thank you so very much. And
Take
thank you
care.
for all of the knowledge that you provide.
You got it. Thank you so much.
Miami
Let's take our
Beach.
final break of the hour. Keep them coming in. Don't wait for the last second. 717-452-9378. Back right after this.
In South Florida, the transition from bright sunshine to heavy rain and hurricanes can take a toll on your property's exterior and structural integrity. Cracked stucco, spalled concrete, they're more than eyesores. They can signal deeper issues. Now, with new Florida laws involving structural integrity requirements, we want to help you meet your milestone inspections and maintain the durability and beauty of your building. Since 2004, PD has been the trusted expert in structural concrete restoration, painting, and waterproofing for condominiums and commercial properties. Visit pd-concrete.com or call us today.
We are DMI Paving and Seal Coating, Florida's parking lot experts. We specialize in asphalt paving and repair, including pothole repair, seal coating using JC7 or polytar, concrete curbs, ramps, and walkways, and striping and pavement marking, as well as ADA compliance. We service commercial properties, including homeowners associations, apartment communities, shopping malls, warehouses, stadiums and arenas, and more. Experience is worth more than anything in an industry like ours, and our staff has decades of it. We have specialized equipment for any job, regardless of size, saving you time and money. DMI has a reputable history. We have been in business since 1956. We serve the state of Florida from 6 locations. Let us bid on your next parking lot project. Visit us online at dmipavingandsealcoating.com.
Welcome back to the final segment of Condo Craze and HOAs here on our, I was going to say our website. We put the website up, Robert did, if you were looking for your website, how it should be. But anyway, if you want to give us a call, the phones are stacked, so I'm not going to give the number out. Let's go, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Happy Father's Day.
Over to John.
How are you, John?
Hey, good morning, Eric. Good morning, Karen. First of all, I'd like to just extend Happy Father's Day to you, Eric, and to all the fathers out there.
Thank you very
much. I've been to many of your seminars. Yes, I've been to many of your seminars. I've seen you interact with children, and I can see you're an exceptional father.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Just one comment and a quick question. I think it's absolute insanity that they're going to allow the associations to borrow to fund their reserves.
Yep.
That's a black hole waiting to be filled.
Of course.
Insanity.
Dangerous. So dangerous.
Oh my God. I can't believe it. But you spent about the first 15 minutes of the show going over websites, record keeping, meetings, you went on and on. Do you have a summarization of all that? Because that was a lot of information.
Look tomorrow, and again, that's for condos, a lot of changes to the condo statute. We're going to see that on our blog tomorrow, Rob, right?
Yes.
So that will be up on our blog tomorrow. And then someone here, I lost it, but someone wrote in basically saying, can you give us any reason whatsoever why the HOA laws for websites would be different? And the answer is no, I can absolutely not. I cannot. No. There are so many dumb laws when it comes to the differences between the two communities.
There's no homogeny. There's no universal.
I just don't get it. There's absolutely no reason why the records laws in these two different types of communities, three different types of communities,
Right.
if you throw co-ops in there, shouldn't be exactly the same. I just don't get it. There's a rush half the time to get bills pushed through. God forbid, you know, the attorneys that practice in this area, you should sit down with them first and talk and go through it. No, it just gets pushed through. So you have one different set of rules for HOAs, another different set of rules for condos. One complains that the other is that we're more stringent than the other. The other complains that the people have more rights in their communities. Everybody's kind of unhappy because everybody think they're not being treated the same, and this is what you get.
And no DBPR for HOA. Well, a little bit now.
A little bit. But yeah, John. Well, those requirements will be up tomorrow. You can find them then.
What's your website? The blog?
Yeah, you can just find them. Go to condocrazyandhoas.com. Click on blog, and it'll take you right there. Okay.
Thank you. And by the way, just okay, the lyric real quick. When you charge it, do you come home and just plug it into your 120, or do you have a charging station?
No,
or did you
Cadillac
have
came out and
one?
yeah, Cadillac pays for an electrician to come out and put a faster charger in.
We need to get Cadillac as a sponsor.
Yeah, we do.
Yes,
We're doing it
you
for
do.
Cadillac. Exactly. You're right. Thanks, John.
Good one.
All right, keep them coming.
Except on the day you ran them up the flagpole when you went to Orlando and ran out of
I don't want to talk about
electrical
that. Left the
wattage.
mark on me. My God.
Over to Joe in Melbourne.
How are you, Joe?
Melbourne. Oh, hello.
Joe?
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
This is Joe. Okay. Good morning. I have a question regarding rental of our common areas. And I know you're going to say it depends on your covenants. So I have that
It
in front
depends
of
on
me.
your covenants. Say you were right.
That covenant.
Next.
It states operation after conveyance. After the conveyance and dedication of any portion of the common areas to the district association. Those portions dedicated,
We got to make
blah,
a
blah,
rule
blah.
on here. We got to make a rule on
The
here.
district
Nobody, hold on, cut her
the
off, Rob.
district-
Rob, cut her off, please.
Cut her up.
Okay. Maybe. Bottom line is, no, nobody can call the show. Here's the rule. Nobody can call the show and start reading me documents.
Yeah.
And, fly, and it's funny how
And they
people
fly.
read them. They fly.
Yeah.
Right. I'm supposed to understand completely what they're saying in front of me. I don't know where the commas lie. I don't know where the periods lie.
Right.
And they want me to give them an opinion on what their documents
And they might miss
say.
a word like not or shall.
A little word like
a little
that.
shall or may.
Right. So we cannot do that on the show. It can't happen that way. You can't call. Nobody wants to hear what your governing documents have to specifically say. No one wants to turn into a show where people read. So it ain't going to happen.
But she's got her common elements and they want to rent that for maybe a party or something, I guess is what she's asking.
Yes. Is it possible? Yes, that can happen. If you're renting it to the people that live there, the people that live there have to pay the reasonable cost that it will take to clean
it up.
for. Yeah, exactly. That's perfectly fine. Okay? Next, back to the phones, Rob.
Okay, next going to Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill. How are you?
Mr. Bill.
Remember that?
Hey, good morning, Eric. Good morning, Robert. Good morning, Karen. HFD to all the listeners out there. Another great show.
Thank you.
Thank you, HFD.
At the beginning of the show, it's about the new law that we thought was going to take effect July 1st, but hasn't been signed. Okay. I'm the exception. Okay. I don't have a unit in Broward County that's more than 25.
So you're
But
less
yet,
than 25 units.
No, 25 years old.
It's a condo.
Oh.
Broward County, 2-story, 24 units. When I took over, the records were all over the place. So I thought it would be beneficial to start everything on a website.
Yes.
So because I'm voluntarily putting myself in this position, and I'm now required to follow those rules exactly?
No, you're not. Absolutely not. You're not required to have a website at all.
You're an
I think.
overachiever.
Yes, he certainly is. And I think that it just because you're under the 25 unit mark doesn't mean you shouldn't have a website. And
It's
quite
nice that you
frankly,
do.
I think it's fantastic that you do it, and I admire you for doing it. I think it's wonderful, and I think that the people in your community are glad to have you, quite frankly.
I must tell you that in Terrence Point, I was floored after I ran the very first meeting and I recorded it, and the AI and the transcription, the clarity of it.
Yeah.
I looked at this and I said, oh my God, I can replace my recording secretary.
Yep.
Because the minutes were spot on. All I need to do is post them and have them approved after I had sent them out to everybody.
It's amazing.
It's amazing, right?
Minutes.
It's crazy. Yeah. And I'll tell you where that scared the hell out of me one time. I was doing a Zoom call with a client, right? And I had no idea that this AI switch was on, whatever. And at the end of the Zoom call, I get like a press here thing for a breakdown. I'm like, what the hell is this? And the entire call between my client and I was broken down by topic, who agreed to do what going forward.
What's wrong with that? Put it in the file.
I felt to me like, holy cow, I just violated attorney-client privilege. It felt like I just let a third party listen in on my call and transcribe the notes.
Because that does go into the brain of AI, right?
It freaked me out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, did I just commit a bar violation? I really felt that way. I didn't, but another part of me says, well, wait a minute. Was in fact the call being recorded? And if it was being recorded, did the other person have to give permission? I'm pretty sure, Rob, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that in order for that to have happened in the first place, the person had to give permission.
Well, then no, it says this call's being recorded, so they're notified.
Right. So I mean,
they don't have to give permission; they're just notified.
They were notified about it. Okay, I mean, I didn't know what the hell happened until it happened. So I just got to tell you, I don't know as an attorney if I liked it.
Oh, I like it. I'd print it up, put it in their file. Then if you go, what's going on with this guy? Oh, let me look what we talked about last time. There it is.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know.
Because it's just like having a stenographer in the room with you.
Right.
It's not a client.
I hear you. I think for board meetings, it's wonderful.
But that information is going into AI's brain.
Yeah, but
right. Yeah.
But I got to tell you, maybe for board meetings, it's wonderful. But just because, let's say I'm having a conversation with my client, just because AI transcribes that call and says this is what me and my client agreed on, that doesn't mean that's correct.
Right.
So, I mean, there's no way that I would put that in the file and say this is what we agreed to. Right. I'd have the client agree.
Your phone is listening to you right now, by the way.
Right. But I'd want the client to agree to that.
Okay.
And by the way, really quick update on Florida law when it comes to that. There was an attorney in Florida. Well, let me preface it by saying this. There was an attorney in New York.
Oh, yeah.
That did a motion on some legal brief in New York, had AI do it, didn't check it, right?
Yeah.
The AI cited to completely fake fake sites, right?
Well, there you go.
Long story short, the attorney got disbarred. Do I think that the court went too far? Probably. I don't think the guy should have been disbarred. He was practicing like 30 years. Never was in trouble before. Recent case in Miami in federal court. Okay. Same thing happened. One of the parties filed a motion to strike the other side's brief because it contained a lot of fake crap. Judge set down an emergency hearing, and the person that got caught admitted it, came clean, apologized for the whole thing, and the judge basically said, like, it's a good thing you came clean.
Yeah.
And didn't, right? Because I'm not going to really hold it against you. $1,000 in fines, but the judge wrote a whole warning that this is a warning to those practitioners out there who think that you're just going to allow AI to write your briefs for you. So fast forward, I tried it 2-3 weeks ago on a topic that I forgot what I was even working on at the moment. Gave me wrong law. Cited me to cases that actually existed, right? But had nothing to do with the topic that I was trying to do research on. So attorneys use what's called Westlaw to do your legal research.
Yes.
There's any attorneys out there, stick to Westlaw. Stick to the real legal research software.
They're worried that we're going to reach singularity, that that the machine and AI is smarter than us, but we're not there yet.
No, absolutely. Certainly not for legal research, that I could tell you. Bill, thank you so much for the call. I think that brings us to the end of another show. 12 o'clock comes around Really,
What are you
really
doing
Eric,
today, Daddy?
Don't forget, you owe me a phone call.
I do
Have
owe you a
great
phone
day.
call, Bill. I know that. He had to throw that in there, didn't he? I love you, Bill. He's a great guy.
He
Really great
deserves
guy.
to be commended for what he's doing though,
Oh,
in
he's
his community.
fantastic.
It's-
Not
Thank
only
you,
that,
Bill.
I mean this. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Bill is a good guy.
He's the one that I worked on with for that solution for that community. So
That's fantastic. Good for him.
fantastic.
But you're good for you and good for him. Good guy. I hooked you up with a good guy. I promise you, Rob. Let's do this. Let's bring it to a close. I wish everybody a happy and a healthy Father's Day. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you need legal help off the air, give us a call. Glazer and Sachs, 954-983-1112. Again, 954-983-1112. Robert, sorry I took you away from your kids today.
Yeah,
Go enjoy.
happy
Have a
Father's
wonderful
Day.
time. And to my kids, Daddy will be home soon.
Ooh,
Daddy, they're in their
Daddy.
20s. It goes like
I
that.
put Daddy.
It goes like
still
that.
my
Yep,
daddy.
you still call you Daddy.
Yeah.
All right, everybody have a wonderful, safe week. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.